to go live, and now my cell phone needs to be charged, and my long cord died. Oh crap, I just got a text from my frickin' what bad timing. I just got a text from my landlord saying the downstairs neighbor is having a leak, probably from my bathroom. Oh my God. And I just did a video. Let me put this up. I just did a video about bad neighbors for the first time in a while. So I really wanted to talk about Karen Reed. It says 2 minutes. So I think that I'm actually on. Let's see, how do I see the, I don't see any chat, so I guess nobody's chatting. So anyway, hello, how are you? I just got a freaking text from my landlord. Oh my God, it said, oh, by the way, it's Thursday, June 6th, 2024. It's 10:01 p.m. right now, Eastern Standard Time, which is where I'm at. Where are you at? Sorry for the late text. Your neighbor downstairs has a ceiling leak, likely from your bathroom. Was there any water leak you can tell? Hi. Oh no. I'm actually texting, but from my laptop, so I can type. No, I didn't see any leak, but I will double check. So anyway, did you guys watch the Karen Reed trial today? Today, June 6th, this was day 21 of the Karen Reed trial. All right, so Karen Reed trial, day 21. So today was the second half of Trooper Buchanan, his testimony, his direct examination, and then it was Alan Jackson, the defense attorney, who cross-examined him, and he did not complete his cross-examination today, and tomorrow will be a half day. And then let's see, I think I did write it down. I was watching with Alita. I love Emily D. Baker, but and I love Alita. I am a member of both of their channels, but it's funny, like, I've always loved Alita. I got introduced to Alita during the Johnny Depp trial. I'm not the best of doing live. I always do edits, so people who watch it live, I'm sorry for all the little breaks that I'll take, and then later I'll edit those out. But anyways, okay, I've written it down. So let's see. So Karen Reed trial day 22 will be Monday, the 10th, June 10th. Then Tuesday there will be no trial. Then Wednesday, June 12th, will be day 23, full day. Thursday, full day, June 13th will be day 24. Day 25 will be Friday. So no trial next week on Tuesday. And Judge Beverly Canoni did say that she expects the trial to go to the end of June. Okay, so today was day 21, like I said. Trooper Buchanan testified. So, oh damn it, see, my battery's dying, and I have this charger, but it's too short, and I had my long charger. Where did it go? I finally got the live to work, and now my dang phone is gonna die. I'm so sorry. Where could I go? Over here? That might, maybe I can move. Let's see. But then I'm going to be in the dark. Hold on. maybe if I move over here, I can plug my phone in. Thank you for being here and being patient with me. This is my new little blanket. All right, let me go over here. I'm going to be all red because the lights over here are red. Let me plug in before it dies. Right, anyway, so Trooper Buchanan. Some people, of course, so I was saying in the video I did yesterday that I'm really starting to feel that the people who are like pro Karen Reed or free Karen Reed or Karen Reed was framed kind of thing, it really is starting to feel like grasping at straws, throwing spaghetti at the wall, blaming everybody, accusing every single person of being corrupt, being a liar. And it's just starting to feel really kind of far-fetched, far-flung, trying to make fetch happen. It's everybody. Like somebody said, if you happen to see this video, hi, I'm sorry, I don't know people's names yet. Like I know Steven, hi, and Marcus. Like I have a few people who have watched me regularly for a long time, and I'm getting to know your names. But by the way, welcome back. Welcome if you're new. Welcome back if you're not new. And I appreciate you. And don't forget to hit like, share, and subscribe because I am trying to get to that magic number of 1,000 subscribers. So this is a small teeny weeny channel. It looks like there might be 3 of you here, maybe 4 of you here, and I so love it. And I really appreciate people coming to watch my videos. And there's my landlord talking about maybe my tub or my toilet might be leaking because it's 10 p.m. and the landlord is texting me saying that the neighbor is having a leak from their ceiling and that it might be from my toilet or my tub. And I'm like, honey pie, I'm doing a live on YouTube right now. I want to talk about Karen Reed. But anyway, so I'm trying to show, this is my brand new, I just happen to have the wrapping right here to show what it is. Is it backwards? It looks like it's backwards. It says Cooling Blanket by Cozy Art, and it's very cool. This one is green. You can't see it because I'm sitting here in the dark with my pink lighting. So, what do I think about Karen Reed? Can anybody make a comment? Can you hear me? I don't know if I can see the comments on this screen because I'm on my cell phone doing this, so I don't know. So what did we learn today? Well, like they said, like I talked about and like other people were mentioning, yes, it did turn out that the video of Karen Reed's Lexus SUV in the Sally Port, where it was first put after they confiscated it or whatever you call it, to look at it for evidence, that the video was a mirrored video. And so yesterday and today, when Prosecutor Lally was questioning Trooper Proctor on direct, nobody mentioned anything about that the camera was that it was a mirrored video. Okay, and then people were trying to make a big deal of it, and and I talked about it in my video. I don't know which one was it. Oh, the turtle and the hare, which I thought was kind of really clever, because the turtle and the hare is an old story about, the race between the turtle and the hare, and the hare, the rabbit, is so fast that, he gets almost there, but then he takes a nap because he thinks like there's no way that this turtle is going to beat me. And then the turtle, who's just slow and steady, ends up winning the race because the hare is so arrogant. hare, Hare, hare as in rabbit. The rabbit is so arrogant because it's fast, but although it's fast, it doesn't really, it's not committed. It doesn't have follow through. It doesn't stick to the plan. It's like, I'm going to win because I'm so fast, but I'm not going to pay attention to my opponent. I'm going to also, undervalue my opponent. And I feel like that's what a lot of people are doing in this case. And so why I made that analogy was because I feel like Lolly is like the turtle, the tumbleweed, the slow rolling. I do not have momentum. I don't have passion. I'm not putting on a big show. I'm not flashy. I'm not aggro. I'm asking slow rolling questions. I don't know, maybe he lollygags because his name is Lolly, and so, like a lot of people end up in careers that, like their names, it's like an actual phenomenon where a lot of people, that seems like such an obvious, because our names started out as we were named, our last names and stuff like that came from what our career was, and now people often tend to get into careers that match their names, so it's probably one of those like chicken and the egg kind of thing, like which came first. But anyway, so Lolly lollygags his way through, but I really am starting to feel like part of why he can do that is because the facts are on his side. And people can bitch and moan and complain about, oh, he's taking forever. I feel like I'm down too low, and I'm on my blow-up bed, which is why it sounds weird. So I want to rise myself up a little because I feel like I'm like down too low. Is that better? I have yet to see a comment, so I don't know if anybody's able to comment and I can't see it because I'm on my phone. I don't know how to use this thing that well or what, but anyway, if somebody wants to make a comment, even just a hi, that'd be cool, so I can see it if I can see it, and then if I can't see it, then then I don't know. I guess I'll see later that I wasn't able to see it. Okay, so I'm starting to feel like, the turtle and the hare, like I was saying. The turtle, obviously, being the prosecution, and Prosecutor Lolly, and then the defense being the flashy, fast hare. But then there was also, I thought it was really kind of funny, the turtle and the hare is funny because there's Turtle Boy, and then there's like the hare, the piece of evidence, the hare that was stuck to the SUV, and the lawyers that I'm watching, Alita and Emily and Peter, I guess mostly I've been watching Alita, but I've seen Alita, and Peter, questioning like, well, how did that hare stick to the car through the snowstorm, through driving from wherever it was the first time to where it went to the second time? And I don't feel like that's really that shocking, because if a hare is like stuck there, it's gonna stick there. Like, hare is like so particular. Like, hair, like I was saying, hair will stick to a shower wall, and then the shower will dry, but then it's still stuck there. But then when you go to pick it off, it's like, boop, it just falls right off. So I didn't find that to be like hard to believe. Oh, I was talking about the mirrored Sally Port video. And like I had mentioned in yesterday's video, so it was mirrored, and it's like, and they didn't mention it, but maybe they didn't mention it because it wasn't really that big of a deal. And then, and then there was other people pointing out today that there was jump cuts in that video as well, which made it look like some guy disappeared. And then people who are doubtful about the veracity and the truth of that video evidence are saying that the jump cuts are proof that when, the part that they cut out was where Trooper Proctor actually smashed her taillight. So the pieces of taillight, the pieces of the plot line that the defense is trying to strew together is that Karen Reed was in this relationship with John O'Keefe, who had the 2 kids that he was raising. And what the evidence has shown is that Karen was jealous because she thought that John had made out with somebody, or she was just jealous that he hugged somebody, and she took it too far. And that had happened like New Year's of 2022, and then they were like fighting in Aruba, and then they left the vacation 2 days early. Give me 1 second, guys. I have my kids here. Hold on. So they left the vacation 2 days early with the excuse of, we got to get back to get the kids back to school. But like I pointed out, because I have kids in school, when you got kids in school, you don't buy tickets to go on vacation not knowing what day your kids are going to go back to school, and then like on vacation realize, oh wow, we have to go back 2 days early. Like that's just not how parents parent, okay? So it was like kind of a flimsy excuse. So like January 5th of 2022, they fly back from Aruba, back to Boston. And then January 12th, so like a week later, Karen sends Brian Higgins a text saying something like, hey, weed whacker. So somewhere, and actually now that I'm thinking about it, who weed whacks? Like, so January 5th to January 12th is like a 7-day period in the dead of winter in Boston. So, because like I had originally speculated and questioned by myself, like, was she weed whacking? Was she like genuinely weed whacking? Oh, that should be a shirt. Maybe that'll be one of my my first merch. Genuinely weed whacking? Was she genuinely weed whacking, or was she like cosplaying weed whacking because Brian Higgins lived 2 blocks away and he had offered to plow? And like, I feel like this was a whole plot. Like, she was like, okay, fuck this motherfucker John. Fuck this motherfucker John with his 2 kids that I can't stand, who are spoiled brats, even though she's the one who's supposedly spoiling them, which is part of why I'm like, she's diabolical, because she's arguing with John supposedly about, the arguments were supposedly about she spends too much money on them and buys them Dunkin' Donuts. He thinks she spoils them, but then she's telling Brian Higgins, I never wanted kids, I shouldn't have to deal with these kids, they're spoiled. So what the fuck is it? Are you spoiling them, or you don't like them because they're spoiled? Make it make sense. If you did not want kids, why are you dating a man who has kids? His sister died in 2013. Then, oh my God, this part was so awful. I didn't even put this in the video, I don't think, where I talk about his sister who passed away, Kristen, rest in peace. So John O'Keefe's sister died of brain cancer or brain tumor. Then like a couple weeks, or like within a month, his like best friend from when they were 4 years old playing t-ball, who's also a cop, fucking kills himself. And that was the father of his godson, who the mother of his godson was the sister of, okay, so his best friend Pat was in a relationship with Laura Sullivan, and Laura Sullivan's younger sister, 10 years younger sister, Marietta Sullivan. Those were the people who were in Aruba. Marietta Sullivan is the person who John was hugging in the elevator bay that Karen saw and was like, who the fuck is that? And then claimed that John was cheating on her, Karen, with this Marietta, who was the sister of his godson's mother, who was the son of his best friend Pat, who had killed himself within a couple weeks of his sister dying of brain cancer or brain tumor. So his sister dies of fucking brain thing. His best friend kills himself while his girlfriend is pregnant. The best friend's girlfriend is pregnant. And then a month later, his fucking brother-in-law, the father of his niece and nephew, dies of a heart attack. That all happened in 2013. And this man rose above all of that tragedy. And he took those children, he adopted them as his own. All of this is taking place in 2013. Karen Reed knew John from when they were kids, she said. She knew the sister and everything. Okay, so she starts dating this man in 2020, and she's like, I never wanted kids. Why do I have to be dealing with these kids? Like, what kind of fucking person would know a man, know what this man been through, know what this man's kids have been through, and you have the audacity to be annoyed. You have the audacity to date this man. Like, you are so evil. To me, you know, and I was thinking to myself today, or before I got on this video, like, do I want the prosecution to I see something going, I guess, I don't know, the KBPS is flashing. Whatever that means. Okay, so I was asking myself, like, before I got on this live, like, do I want the prosecution to win? Like, do I want Karen Reed to be found guilty? Or do I want the defense to win? Do I want Karen Reed to be found not guilty? And on one hand, like, I feel bad for her. You know, I see her sitting there. I see her making the faces. I see that she's just a lady. And, you know, like, I want to believe the best in people. I want redemption for people. I don't, like, I mean, yeah, it would be ideal if, like, she didn't actually kill him. It would be better if somehow, like, you know, some tragic thing happened. He went outside and, you know, it's like the thing, it's like, who doesn't wait for their, like, who doesn't wait to see somebody go in the house, though? Like, I'm not believing that there's any evidence that anybody in the house did anything to him, you know. Did they butt dial somebody? Did they delete a text or something? Did they throw a phone away? Yeah, but that doesn't, to me, that's not evidence that anybody physically harmed John in the house or outside of the house or dragged him from outside. Like, there's no evidence. None of that's been put out yet. Maybe it will. I don't, you know, I don't know. I don't think so, but maybe, you know, I'm open to it. So, but what I was saying is, do I want Karen to be found guilty? And the fact is, like, no, I don't. I gain nothing. I gain nothing if she's guilty. I gain nothing if she's innocent. I'm just, like, looking at things and feeling like, you know, so I know you can't, like, character assassinate somebody and then say, because you're likely not a good person, you're guilty of murder. You know, it doesn't work like that. Like, obviously they have to prove more evidence has to come out. But the fact that, you know, somebody who doesn't want to have children actively dating a person who has children, as somebody who has children, as a single mom of 2 young kids, the idea that I would go out there and start dating a man and that man, like, actively doesn't want children and he knows that, but he chooses to date me anyway, this is hypothetical, and then resents the fact that those children exist, like, that's just, that in itself is distasteful. But then to add in all of the layers of, like, and you know that their mom died of a fucking brain cancer or brain tumor, and you know that their dad died of a heart attack, and you know that they are, like, literal, like, they have suffered so much in their lives, and you would step into, like, not that you should fuck around with any children, like, there's no children who deserve their parent to be dating somebody who actively has disdain and resentment for their existence. No child deserves that. But a child who has been through the tragedy of becoming orphaned, deserves like an extra dose of love. Like everybody deserves love. Nobody really like should have more love than somebody else, but like some people really just like, it's like people who steal. It's like Alec Murdaugh stealing from those who are suffering, stealing from those who came to him to help them in their time of need and tragedy and heartache and heartbreak, and that's who he steals from. So there's like an extra type of evil to me in the type of person who will, like, and it's pure selfishness. Whoops! Sorry, guys. I just totally dropped you. It's totally selfish. It's so selfish to be that selfish. To be somebody who is like, I'm trying to get my phone to stay on this thing. To be somebody who will put your own needs and your own wants, I should say, your own selfish wants above other human beings' needs. Like children who need a loving home with supportive parents, supportive role models, and you would intentionally insert yourself into that role for those children and yet be actively resentful that they are literally even alive. The audacity. And then to like accuse your man of cheating on you because he's greeting somebody that he literally went to vacation with. And then to use that lie as a way to make that man sound like an asshole, a cheater to this friend so that you can try to cheat. Okay, so anyway, now we know that she had like 7 shots of vodka. I wish I could see your comments. I do see that there's some people here, and I really wish I could see if anybody was chatting. When I hit this little chat thing, it just turns green or it turns black. Oh, wait. So, I don't know. I'm really sorry if somebody's chatting and I can't see it. I really wish. If nobody's chatting and you're just being like silent, then just somebody say, hey, put a peach emoji or something. Anyway, I'd like to know what you guys are thinking. I mean, I see a lot of comments on the streams when I'm watching, like Alita who's Legal Bites, BYTES Legal Bites, and then Emily D. Baker, and then Peter Tragos, lawyer, those are the guys that I love watching. And I mean, Alita's channel, she does like a poll every day, guilty, not guilty, need more information. And it is like steady 75% not guilty. And then there's like 17% who say need more information, and then like 5% say guilty. And if that is representative of the jury, then at this point it's like there's no way if things were to be done today, there's no way that Karen would be found guilty. But that's what I'm wondering. Like, that's what I'm saying with, that's what I was talking about, the turtle and the hare. I thought I was super clever with that because it was Turtle Boy and then the hare on the car. But then also I'm using the analogy of like, I'm really starting to get the sense that Lolly has no fucks to give because he's got all the evidence that he knows about. And that Alan Jackson and Yannetti, who I actually quite like Yannetti. I quite do not like Alan Jackson. I find his aggressive style to be very off-putting, and like I'm saying, it's like you're just doing too much. You're just trying too hard. You're just blaming everybody. You're just like so off the wall. And it's just unbelievable to me. It's not believable to me that all of those people, like, this is the thing. What's the motive? what is the motive? That's what I said in that comment. Like, it seems like delusions of grandeur that Karen Reed is like, all of these people are trying to frame me. Like, why, girl? Why would they want this man that they thought was such a great, honorable, upstanding guy? Like, he adopted his niece and nephew who were orphans and he was raising them. Then at the same time, he was being a very active and loving godfather to Laura Sullivan's son, his godson, his best friend who had killed himself's son. And he was stepping in and being being a godfather to that kid. And that's what Marietta, the girl that he hugged in the elevator bay, that's what she said. He was like a big brother to me. I thought of him as, like a big brother. He was like an uncle kind of to her. He's a godfather to her nephew. He was family. And it just seems so insidious to me that this guy was like, he went through so much. He's been through so much. He lost his sister. He lost his best friend that he'd known like his whole entire life. He lost his brother-in-law. He took on the responsibility of being a parent. He was being a godfather to his best friend's kid. He was a cop. I mean, I guess he drank a lot, whatever, but it's like, so my whole thing is, it seems like Karen was the one who had this buildup of reasons of why she was getting angry. She was resentful that the kids were there. She wanted to have John basically all to herself. But then she was jealous of Marietta. And then that was another thing. In the text messages when Brian Higgins was questioning her, like, did they bang? And she's like, what does it matter? And then, and he's like, well, it does matter. And then he was like, well, was it like a one-time thing? Were there others? And she straight up said, no, I don't think there were others. He's always with me. He never wants to go anywhere without me. And Brian is like, okay. That is not tracking. So that makes me think, no, he wasn't cheating on her. No, there weren't others. And even in the video that they showed at the bar, not the waterfall bar, but the one where she had the 7 shots, he greeted her very lovingly. He hugged her, he kissed her, he was rubbing her back. Really made me sad. Rest in peace to him. Here, I thought I set up, and now it's all back down. It's because my phone is resting on I have this blow-up bed that has this, maybe I can show it. Let's see if I can flip the camera. See, this is this thing I got off of TikTok, which I love. But so this is a blow-up bed with this headboard, which is so cool. Did you know that they make blow-up beds with headboards? Yeah, they do. So I'm resting that on this because I was at my desk, which is over there. But my cell phone was about to die, and I had a very long cord, but the long cord broke, so I have to use my short cord, so that's why I'm over here. Anyway, that's why I'm over here, in case you were wondering. And that's why it's kind of bouncy and shaky. So anyway, these are just me, like, I am just stream of consciousness thinking about what I think about Karen Reed so far. And I really wish somebody would, you know what, I'm going to leave you over here for a second, and I'm going to go look at my laptop and see if I can see if anybody has commented. Oh, you are commenting. Oh, thank you, JL and Marcus. EDB is too biased. Oh, funny. Oh, it's me. It's me from my other account. Okay. I'm coming back. So you are commenting and I cannot see it on my cell phone. That's weird. Hello, somebody else popped in. So that is kind of annoying because if you're commenting, I can't. Oh, I think they popped back up. If you're commenting, I can't really see it to actively engage with you. I wish I could tell how to do that. Whoops. I flipped the camera. Yeah, well, I did see somebody said EDB. So it's funny, you said you think EDB is biased against the prosecution, and I think people usually feel that EDB is biased in favor of the prosecution because I believe she used to be a prosecutor, and so she usually seems to be more biased against the defense, although I don't think she likes Lolly. Just like I feel like Bob Mata, he's a defense attorney, and I feel like he is so biased in favor of the defense. And I feel like Peter Tragos, who I super love, and I feel like he is a very, very fair person, but I do feel like when he leans usually in favor of the defense. But it only makes sense, like, we tend to see things through the lens of our already perception, you know. So if you tend to be somebody if you're more likely to be a prosecutor, then you're probably going to look at that angle. So that leads me back to what I was saying before. Do I want her, Karen? Do I want her to be found guilty or found innocent? At this point, I genuinely have no... I didn't bet on it. I'm not going to get any money for it if she gets put away or not put away. I mean, I guess I do feel like there is some seeds that have been planted in my mind that I wonder, is she a danger to society? Like, is she really out here screaming, "Who the fuck is that? Go fuck yourself!" to like literal strangers who are actual friends of somebody she cares about? Oh, and back to the Brian Higgins thing. Was she genuinely weed whacking? Okay, do people weed whack in January in Boston? Like, maybe? I mean, I live not that far from there. I do live in the East Coast. We don't weed whack in January because it's cold and, like, you know. So my original thought that I said I had speculated on myself was like, did she plant herself out there with this weed whacker so she could kind of make up a reason why she would have a reason to talk to Brian Higgins? Or because he said that when he drove by, he saw who she was and she didn't know. He said she must not have known it was me because I was like, he said he was in his work vehicle, but isn't he a cop? I'm so confused. Like, a cop drove up and she was like, "Get the fuck away from me!" Like, that's what I'm saying. What kind of person is this? Is she out here just straight up F-bombing people? Like, on site? That sounds pretty volatile, is what I'm saying. And then, like, you know, all the people in the comments, like, "Oh my God, she's a waif. There's no way she could down 7 shots of vodka." Well, maybe that's a testament to the fact that she drinks a lot. She's got a high tolerance. I mean, that's a possibility, is what I was thinking. And definitely not to, like, shame people who have addictions or to equate an addiction with being a criminal, but I'm just saying, like, maybe she drinks a lot. maybe the reason she was able to throw down 7 shots of vodka in that short span of time is because she drinks a lot. You know, and maybe she drinks a lot might also be tied to why she's flinging F-bombs on first sight at people, you know. And maybe that is tied to her skewed perception of John being a cheater. And then she's got the resentment because she doesn't want to have those kids. And then there's the fact that she's trying to cheat on John with this guy who's in this house that she don't want to go to. So it is starting to add up to me, stack up to me. Like somebody else commented, because I had said, now I am starting to believe Karen had a lot of reasons to not want John to enter that house and to go into that party. Because what would her motive be? Because if he went in there and Brian is in there and Brian had the original text message chain, I feel like I have to cough. There's like something caught in my throat. Thank you guys. I usually don't do lives because I have so many pauses and stuff, and then I cut them out later, so I don't know, it might be annoying for you watching live, but maybe you appreciate it. Let's see, maybe I can move back over to my desk, and the phone has charged enough where I can get away with it, so I could see if anybody wants to comment, and I can try to be a little bit more interactive. It's super dark again. Let's see if there's anybody actually here. Okay, so I'm over here. So now if you want to comment, I can respond, or I can at least see it because I'm over here. So, or maybe I should be wrapping it up, but I'll give it a few more minutes. So now I'm sitting over here at my desk. So if you wanted to comment, I can see the comment. I can maybe answer a question or respond to something if you want to say something. But, you know, I mean, it would be a lot nicer if, no, she hadn't actually hurt him. And, you know, as far as the question, do I want Karen Reed to be found guilty? I mean, if she's guilty, you know, and I was saying, I think that also it's kind of funny. I was making the analogy that Lolly is the turtle and that the defense is the hare, as in the turtle and the hare. But that's kind of funny because Turtle Boy is the one who is very adamantly trying to prove that she's innocent. So it's kind of ironic if the turtle ended up becoming the prosecution. But with the whole point that I'm saying is this, because if you weren't here in the beginning, you might not know what the heck I'm talking about. Like the story in The Turtle and the Hare, Lolly is going slow. Lolly is taking his sweet damn time. Lolly is like, I'm putting on whatever the fuck evidence I want to. I'm calling whoever the fuck. I am on witness number 40-something. And I'm going to keep on going. And I'm going to build it. And that's why I'm saying, I really don't believe that he would do all of this just to frame somebody, just to frame an innocent woman. You know, and a lot of people don't you feel that if Karen did do it, which she said she did, and she is found not guilty, John's family will have no justice? They have been at the, the way that the comment, it's like the little thing to give yourself a heart is blocking the comment. They have been at the something every day, unable to grieve their loss in peace. So you said, don't you feel that if Karen did do it, which she said she did, well, yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. I want her to be found guilty. If Lolly, the prosecution, presents the evidence, more evidence to prove that she did it, absolutely, I want her to be found guilty. As of this minute right now, I don't have that like, oh, I want her to be found guilty, or oh, I want her to be found not guilty, because I don't know yet. But what's coming out, this slow tumbleweed pace, as I drink coffee at almost 11 p.m., is not a pretty picture. Like, that's what I'm saying. I was going on a rant and a tangent about all the things I was saying, being somebody who doesn't want to have children. Like, I don't give a fuck if you're a grown-ass person and you don't have kids and you don't want kids. Don't have kids. You absolutely should not have children. I absolutely believe so strongly in that if you don't want to have children, you should not have children. And if you don't want children, then don't be dating people with children. Stay the fuck away from parents. If you don't want to be a parent, then don't date a parent. Okay, so that's like, for me, lack of good character, number one, is being a woman, being a person who doesn't want to have kids, and you're out here dating a man with kids. So that's like strike against her, number one. Then claiming that somebody's cheating on you when they're not cheating on you, that's another strike against you, strike number two. Then trying to be a fucking cheater, strike number three. As far as the rest of it, I mean, okay, and then saying, I hit him, did I hit him, could have I hit him? That's strike number 3, 4, and 5 to me, because it's like, what the fuck? Where did that come from? Why would you say that? That makes no sense unless you've got consciousness of guilt. What are the other strikes? I mean, the broken tail light and the finding the glass. So it's like the way, okay, here's something Peter Tragos was saying today. Oh, it just seems so unprofessional. Who finds evidence in bits and pieces over time? And I'm like, there was like a foot of snow. It was freezing. And, it to me, it makes sense. I live on the East Coast. Peter lives in Florida. I live where it snows every year. I've been through fucking snowstorms that the snow is there and it stays on the ground for like a month and a half. It's like, pfft. And it's packed. It's icy. It's rocky. It's nasty. You're not getting through it. Okay? And so to me, it doesn't sound feasible that as the snow melted, more pieces of broken taillight would appear. I find that believable. Will the jury find it believable? I don't know. It's the defense's job to create doubt. It's their job to point their fingers in every direction, all fingers and all toes pointing in every different direction, at everybody and anything and anyone. And, like that's what I was saying about the whole, like the mirrored Sallyport SUV video, jumping up and down and making a big deal out of something can make people feel doubt. But at the end of the day, is it reasonable? Because yesterday, or whatever day, when I was doing the video where I was talking about, is it backwards? And I was showing my little car. I don't know if this is backwards. Oh, if anybody's still here, tell me if it's backwards if you can. If you're here. All right. What does that say? I'm going to look at the comments. Is it backwards or not backwards? I don't know if there's anybody here. It's backwards. Okay. Thank you, JL. All right, so then so here's my little car. Okay, so the Sallyport video was like this, and then the person got out of here, and I'm assuming this looks like what would be the passenger side although this is actually me, I'm looking at it right now, this is where the driver would sit. This is the driver. So in the video, the car drove into the Sally port like this. And a guy got out of here. And that was it. Nobody else got out from the other side. So it was obvious that the person who was driving was on this side. So the point that I'm getting at is the defense was saying, nobody pointed it out. Well, I saw the video and I was like, the dude obviously didn't climb over the driver's seat into the passenger seat to climb out. So it had to be a mirror. It had to be. And if you're an American and you're looking at the video and you're watching somebody drive into a garage and then get out of this side of the car, well, your brain is going to automatically know that has to be a mirror, because we don't sit on the right side of the car driving. So why am I saying that? It's like sometimes the defense, not just the defense in this case, but the defense in any case, will ask questions and point things out, trying to make it seem like something is amiss. Like they will ask witnesses sometimes questions like, well, did you test that for A, B, and C? And they're like, that's not my job. Did you compare A, B, and C in 1, 2, and 3? And they're like, that is not what I do. And, and what I'm saying is like saying that video was mirrored. You didn't point that out. And it's like, because it didn't fucking matter. And now I get it. People are saying, oh, it does matter because if this is the video that they show and this is not the tail light that's broken, but it's in fact this tail light, which you can't see, then boogeyman, they're over there messing with it and they jump cut that out of the video. But in my mind, it's like, if this is what they're showing and they want you to see the broken tail light. They being the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. The Commonwealth of Massachusetts would want you to see that when they pulled the car into the Sally port, it was already damaged. It helps their case for it to not have been the driver's side that you saw, but for it to have actually been the passenger side. So my whole point is them showing the unbroken thing, it does not help their case. So why would they do that? So again, it's like, that's what I'm saying, boogeyman, making a big deal out of something that's not a big deal, which is just a distraction in the hopes and the attempts of creating doubt in people's minds. But the thing about doubt is that it has to be reasonable. It can't just be any doubt. It can't just be any possibility that you could come up with, So is it suspicious that the video was mirrored? Well, it's like Alan Jackson kept saying, the video was mirrored, therefore it's not accurate. Well, look, my face is mirrored right now. It's still accurate. It's still me. Right? Like, so you're seeing my room mirrored? This is on the left side. Okay? That's the door. This is my left. That's to the left. That's to the right. This is the window. It's to the right. And maybe, well, JL said that it's backwards, so maybe you guys are seeing it. Oh, I can see it on the thing. Let's see. I'm saying this is the left. I can see it on myself. It's a little delayed, so I have to wait a second. Da. No, it looks like the left over there. All right. See, you said it was backwards. Let me see. Let me see. I'm going to hold it up. You're saying it's backwards? You're saying it says tack? Hold on. It does. The point I'm getting is, what the fuck difference does it make? You still see me. This is an accurate representation. I'm not lying to you. There's nothing, that's what I'm saying. So It says tech. So, I don't know. What do you guys think? I mean, do you think Karen is guilty? Do you think she's innocent? Do you think that they need to put on more evidence? Do you have an instinct? Do you think that they framed her? That's the whole thing. It's like, well, if they framed her, that means somebody else killed John. If they framed her, then somebody had to have done it. So who did it? You're trying to tell me that Brian Higgins and Colin Albert and Brian Albert beat that man to death for what purpose? Like, that's what has not been presented. The prosecution, no, not the prosecution, the defense has about a week's worth of testimony, is what Peter Trago said, is what they said in the beginning. They think that their case in chief is going to take about a week. And today is June 6th of 2024. It's Thursday, June 6th. It's 10:58 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right now. Tomorrow there'll be no court, right? No court tomorrow. And then, oh no, wait, that's not right. I already said that. I said it in the beginning. I'm sorry, it's a full day of court. Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and no court Tuesday, and no court tomorrow. And the judge, Beverly Cannoni, said she thinks that that the case is going to be going to the end of June. 3 more weeks. So if that's true, then that means that, okay, so this is how it goes. So we're still in the case in chief of the prosecution. Then the defense gets their case in chief, which they think will be about a week. And after that, then the prosecution gets what's called rebuttal. And they get to call witnesses back, maybe call other witnesses that they hadn't called before if something came up that they think they need to talk about. Or Peter said that they can even plan that in the first place, to call witnesses on rebuttal that they didn't call in their case in chief. Okay, and so just like with the text messages coming out, and it was like, oh my God, and then the fact that she drank 7 shots of vodka came out, and I think it's just so interesting. I gotta get my kids to bed. I find it very interesting, like I've said before, the mindset of a person who would already make up their mind. Like yesterday, I did a video, and I premiered the video, and then the video had been premiering. It was not even like 5 minutes that it premiered, and somebody commented, "Oh, I was interested in getting another perspective, but it's clear that you're biased." And I'm like, how can you decide that somebody's biased before you even heard what they had to say? That is biased. And the people who, maybe they've listened to Turtle Boy. I have not. I have not listened to it because he's obviously biased. He's already decided what the case is before the case has come out. And I recognize that not all evidence is considered admissible. There might be certain things that people consider evidence, but the court does not accept it in. And so therefore the jurors do not get to deliberate on that. So I'm not spinning off on the internet reading all of what Turtle Boy has to say or what other people have to say. And I have started to, like I've said, I love Emily D. Baker, but now I'm not as interested in watching with her because it does annoy me that there's so many kind of like offhand comments. It's like, not everything everybody says is suspicious. Not everybody's lying. Not everything is like weird. And it's annoying to me when a lot of the witnesses are answering questions in just totally normal ways. And, like Bob Mata is spinning it off and making it seem like, oh my God, it's like, ugh, that's annoying. So I don't know if my law nerd level is like, if my law nerd level has actually graduated, and now I'm like, I enjoy watching court with no commentary. And next level is I'm going to be the one, like, I want to comment. I want to be streaming it and commenting it on myself. Which is kind of funny. It's like, oh, I guess I am, definitely, you know, I started watching it. I started watching court trials. Like, I can't watch a court trial without a commenter. And then getting to the point where I'm like, I'm getting sick and tired of you fucking people commenting because you're so biased. Oh, and it really, really also, I may have mentioned this before as well, it's really made it so crystal clear to me why it is so crucial in this justice system that the jurors do not speak to each other at all, that they do not read internet stuff, that they're not watching videos like this, that they're not reading articles, that they're not cross discussing things, because it seems super obvious to me that people are very like malleable. And there's it's not a statistic, but there was this quote about 20% of the people are inherently evil. 80 or not 80. What is it? 10% of people are inherently evil. 80% of people inherently just want to belong. And then the other 10% of people are like inherently will always speak the truth and do good. They don't give a fuck about belonging, and they don't give a fuck about, just going along to get along kind of thing. They're like the 10% of people who will always be activists and trying to do the right thing. And then there's the 10% of people who will always be evil no matter what. And then there's like the 80% of people, like the majority of people are literally wired by nature. That's my baby over there. To go along to get along. Because that's just like human nature. We're social creatures. We need to be in groups. And with knowing that, I understand why 75% of the people are like, all vote one way. Not necessarily because it's the right thing or it's the truth, but because people go along to get along. And what I'm saying is like, that is why it is so crucial. Sorry, my giant hand in the way. It is so crucial that people do not start talking to each other during a trial, because one person saying one thing can make the entire, it's like one bad strawberry in the batch will fucking rot the whole bunch, because people want to go along to get along. And how do I know that's what's happening? Because you will see people will comment and they say the same things. Like they're literally regurgitating the same soundbite that they heard somebody else say. They call people the same name, the same little nickname, or, and I get it. It's cute. People want to go along to get along. I put myself in the 10% of people who don't give a fuck about what other people think, and I don't give a fuck about trying to get along, and I'm just going to go about my business trying to do the right thing. And I'm not on a large scale. I'm not like this huge activist trying to do, good, like I'm going to save the world. I'm going to save the world in my own little world. I'm going to just save my own little world, I'm going to do good in the world, in my own little small world. And maybe, maybe having a YouTube channel will do some good. Like I said, it's a tiny little ass channel. And I can, SB. Oh, is that Steven? So what's something that you guys might not know unless you have a YouTube channel too? Oh, wait, where did your thing just go? I just saw a comment and then it disappeared. So when you comment, like on the video, like your name looks different than the other. Like I see JL, but then when I see it on my other side, it says something different. Where did that comment just go, Steven? I wanted to see it. Did you delete it? Was that Steven? It said S. Are you there? Can you write it again? So the whole point I'm saying about going along to get along is that people are very, very easily influenced, in my opinion. And, one person may not necessarily believe that something is weird or suspicious, and then one other person says that it is, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh, I guess it is. You know what I'm saying? And I do really genuinely wonder, knowing how much people do want to go along to get along, how often do people in deliberations just go ahead and say, you know what, fine. I don't really think the person is guilty, or I don't really think the person is innocent, but I'm going to just say it, because you know what? I already been here fucking 8 weeks. I want to go home. Y'all say guilty, fine, she's fucking guilty. Y'all say not guilty, fine, she's not guilty. So there's that in there. But, and then I also feel that if jurors are taking their job serious, which hopefully they are, because this is somebody's life. Oh, there. I feel bad, SB, saying, I feel bad for the family of the deceased. Me too. The witnesses for the prosecution did not treat this case of a fellow officer gone down and were looking out for his best interest. I agree that they should have done a way better job. And if they had done a better job of collecting evidence and were not looking out. Yeah, if they had done a better job of investigating, if they had been more professional, if they had looked out, if they had done just done their basic bitch shit. That's something, and it's probably rude to admit, but I say this to my fucking kids. Just do your basic bitch shit, I'm not asking you to be the best of everything. Basic bitch shit. Just do your dishes, do your laundry, throw the garbage away, clean up after yourself, And that's what everybody should expect of themselves. Like, should you excel and do the best you can? Yes, but at the bare minimum, just do your basic bitch shit. Like, collect evidence the way evidence should be collected. And, again, another thing, like, that I was saying about, like, defense attorneys making complaints about things that are kind of, what do they call it, a straw man argument, or, smoke and mirrors, It's like saying, you didn't record the interview, did you? As if it was something suspicious, when I believe that that's how they did it for everybody. And so, yes, maybe it's pointing out the hole in how they do things. It's pointing out the weakness in that department. Does that equal to a cover-up and a frame job? Maybe more evidence will come out of that next week, or whenever the defense puts on their case in chief. At this point, I'm saying no. And as far as evidence of Karen actually having hit him with her car, or covered it up, or known that she hit him and left him, like, that's what I was saying. Again, another basic bitch shit. Like, who drops somebody off and doesn't wait to see them go inside? I don't know. I was raised where you wait. You wait till they are in the house and the door is closed till you pull off. I don't know. What about you? Do you drop people off and just pull away and not look back? I know it can be kind of like embarrassing when you're like, when I've been dropped off and I'm stumbling, fumbling, looking for my key and trying to get the door open, but I still appreciate that they stay waiting, because why would you drive off? I don't know. So, unless you're fighting, and, but I think that there are some voicemails that she left him after she dropped him off that we haven't heard yet. That's what I'm saying. I believe that there's more evidence for the prosecution to put out that is going to be more truth bombs and more evidence that she actually did do it. But if it doesn't come out, like, I'm just a bystander, interested, watching and waiting and contemplating. But at this point, I don't think she's a nice person. And, not being a nice person is not a reason to be found guilty of murder. So we'll see. All right, it's 11:13. I can't believe that oh my God, it's an hour and 15 minutes. So, this thing takes forever to process. So, however long it takes to process. If you're here catching it on the replay, hello, and thank you. Thank you for being here live. I so appreciate it. I'm glad I was able to. How did you react to the mirrored footage? Oh, I talked a bunch about that earlier in this video. I really thought it was nothing. Like I was saying, when I saw the video, my first thought was, that has to be a mirror, because, that's why I have the car in my hand. That has to be a mirror because I'm an American, and if you roll up into a place like this and you step out of this side and nobody comes out of here, well, I know that drivers do not drive on this side of the car, so it had to be a mirror. So my brain just was automatically like, okay, so and what about it? Show me how that it looks bad. So I know that's part of what they're still talking about. And Monday, I guess, Trooper Buchanan will be talking more, testifying more. Cross-examination with defense attorney Alan Jackson, asking him more questions about it, and seemed like a half and half reaction. My reaction? Or you mean in general? I feel like I was also saying, I messed with my brain. It messed with your brain? I mean, I guess what I was saying is like, I don't see how it benefits them. I mean, unless they can prove that there was like some serious jump cuts where there was like obvious, but again, I don't know. I'm just, I guess it's kind of like, I'm feeling kind of nothing burgerish about it. Like, okay, so I don't know. At this point, I feel like, show me more about that. Show me more evidence in general. Like, that doesn't prove to me anything really. It's kind of like, okay, that shows me that the car entered the Sally port, and thank you. Thank you for what? You're welcome, but thank you for what? The car entered the Sally port. There was snow in there. I saw that there was a lot of snow in the Sally port, and we know that from that video that you could not see the passenger rear tail light. For your responses. Oh, thank you so much for actually commenting and asking questions. I was like begging in the beginning, maybe before you popped on. I was like, will somebody please make a comment? So thank you. I super appreciate you. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like the Sally Port video could be something, or it could just be nothing. It could be just another distraction. Smoking literal mirrors. Smoking mirrors like the turtle and the hare. Does it really matter? I don't know. I mean, did you think it looked suspicious? Did you see enough of a jump cut where it looked like, oh, they must have edited out a section of the video where they damaged it? Like, I guess what doesn't make sense to me is, like, why? I'm just, it feels so vapid. Like, the defense theory that Brian Higgins maybe killed him, it's just like there's just nothing to it. So it's really hard for me to kind of latch on to these very effervescent kind of, like you said, it's kind of like, It's, I don't know. I want to see more evidence, is all. All right, guys, I'm really tired, and I've been yapping for an hour and a half almost. So if anybody has any last thoughts or questions, then this is your last chance. If you I so rarely go live. I didn't lean toward tampering, just thought I would be seeing the damaged light. I know though, right? Like, that is kind of like, I mean, but I also feel like maybe, like, see, that's what I was saying, like calling Lolly the turtle, because I feel like he's literally just putting out every bit of evidence, and maybe there is more video where we will see the damaged light better. I mean, we did see it. We saw photos of it. I don't know. I mean, I see that people are out here believing that this cop would smash the taillight and then go plant evidence in the snow and then take pictures of it, and then so we didn't hear about whose hare that was, right? They talked a lot about the hare that was stuck to the SUV, but they didn't talk about, like, well, they didn't bring out any kind of forensic scientists talking about. I go back and listening to show I almost missed. Wait, what? I go back and listening to show. I think I'm missing a word over here. To show I almost missed. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. I think I might be tired or misreading it. I go back and listening to show I almost missed. Ha ha. I don't know what you're saying. Can you clarify? Because I don't understand. I don't know. Like, it's giving Amber Heard. I don't know if you guys watched the Amber Heard trial, Johnny Depp. Like, did you watch anything about that? Like, oh my God, girl had so many stories, so many excuses. Stupid duo. Hi. Stupid duo. Oh, now people are popping in when I'm really tired, and I'm like, well, so guys, thank you for joining. If you joined, can you please subscribe? Like I've been saying, I am so teeny tiny, and I am just trying to get to 1,000. We got Emily D. Baker out here clocking on 1 million. We got Peter Tragos. He's like 600,000. I'm just a little bitty bit. So thank you for being here and supporting me. I have been yakking for an hour and 22 minutes. Thanks, Kat. Love hearing your thoughts. I'm subscribed. Oh, thank you, JL. Is that how you like to be called, JL? Oh, I really appreciate it. I really appreciate you guys that keep coming back and that comment. And, you know, you guys really give me some things to think about. And I do appreciate it. But like I was saying before, I really appreciate the whole... you know, the fact that jurors are not supposed to read articles, talk to each other, watch YouTube, because I feel that you can really, really get biased. You know, if you start listening to things outside of court, then it can just get, you know, it's kind of like, you ever have an argument with somebody or disagreement, or you're trying to figure something out, and then they bring up some shit that was like 2 weeks ago or 2 years ago or 2 months ago, and you're like, what the fuck does that have to do with anything? That is not what we're talking about here. And now we're distracted, and, you know, and I was talking to my son too about, like, when people try to deflect in a conversation, you're trying to talk about A, B, C, and now they're over here running down the street talking about 1, 2, 3, and it's like, that is not what this is about. So when the defense tries to bring in all this mud from God knows when and all this irrelevant shit, it's just a distraction. It's just trying to get people filled with doubt, which is their job. You know, they're doing their job. They're doing the damn job. And they're obviously skilled lawyers. And like I've said, I don't personally like Alan Jackson's aggressive style. I like Yannetti. I like his style. I don't agree with him, and I don't feel convinced. However, they haven't put their case on Chief yet, so it's kind of like, I don't watch sports at all, but you know, it's like there's certain sports where, like football and stuff and baseball, where like the one side they get to go first, and then the other side gets the ball, and then they get to go. So, and it's like same with like the half-baked cake. So if you're only you're halfway into an inning, and then you look at the scoreboard and you're like, they're killing them. It's like, well, duh. They're first at bat, so duh, they're killing them because they're the ones who get to go. I keep waiting for more evidence. Forensic. Sorry, my typing is bad. No, it's good. No, me too. And I think part of the problem is that the prosecution is up at bat, and people are like, you're not killing it. You're not killing it. You're up at bat. You're supposed to be scoring. You're supposed to be... But then again, that's why I'm calling him the turtle, because I feel like those text messages, to me, that was a fucking slam dunk, touchdown, home run, grand slam. Those text messages, that shifted everything for me. I need to go back and listen to your show tonight from the beginning. I meant to say, oh, well, I'm going to hang this up soon. So, yeah, so then you can do that. Well, just be warned, it's a lot of me rambling. This is just stream of consciousness, and hopefully it'll all make sense to somebody. And I really, really appreciate that. But no, I'm totally there with you. I still think that we need more evidence. Like, if this was it, if he was like hanging up his hat today and then we went to deliberate, I would be like, I mean, she's not a nice person. Hopefully she'll never date a man who has kids again. But, you know, so be it. That's that. But let's see. Let's see what does Lolly have? What is Lolly going to pull out of his magic rabbit hat? I feel like he must have something because, oh, what are those voicemails? So, you know, no spoiler alert. I don't know. Are those voicemails like on the internets? Up on these internet streets? Did somebody hear the voicemails that Karen left for John? And is there any truth to the fact that she supposedly delete ring camera videos of her at John's house? Is that true? I don't know. I heard that. Is that speculation, rumor? I don't know. So, all right, I'm freaking exhausted. There's my kid. I'm on a live over here.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, but it's been an hour and a half, so.
I said,
I could say hi from over there, but don't come over here like that. You hear my kid? My 15-year-old. Oh, yeah, my kids are the same age of, my kids are the same ages as John O'Keefe's niece and nephew, and the same ages as Wendy Adelson's kids. So, but all right, guys, thank you so much. Oh, I'll show you my glass straw, which has a turtle. I love these, but they break so freaking easily. I used to collect turtles. So, and then I stopped. Does anybody have any interest in me doing that video about Wendy Adelson? I have, I started it, but then I kind of put a pause because Karen Reed. But so it's like 40 more minutes of Wendy Adelson's police interview. She's diabolical too. And, you know, I got real discouraged, disheartened with her because she's literally getting away with murder and raising the children whose fathers she had murdered, in my opinion. Speculation, allegedly. And I find that really disgusting and despicable. Oh, so anyhow, it is 11:28, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you guys. Thank you for being here. Don't forget to click like, share, and subscribe. Bye, guys. Thanks so much again, Stephen and JL and Marcus. All right, see you guys. Bye.